was yours, not mine.
Hey folks, welcome to Rexport Education. I'm Ryan Shanahan, and joining me once again is Sarah. Now, today's on-the-spot episode is on the cell phone screen repair kit. $10 fix. We've got a nice damaged screen here for us to look at today. I think we can all agree, cell phone manufacturers, they're not our friends. They probably irresponsible for making all of these screens that are so easily broken. You probably know at least somebody who has a broken screen. If not most of your friends or most of the people you know, you probably have a broken screen yourself, which is why you're looking at this episode. Anyway, we're going to test out the $10 repair because, of course, not everybody can afford the $80 repair to get a new screen every single time the phone screen breaks. And it's ridiculous anyway. You shouldn't deal with that. You shouldn't put up with that. So we're going to try out the $10 repair kit. Now, this kit took a little while to get here, but it's pretty simple. It comes with a small booklet of instructions, some plastic covers for, that's what I'm going to call them. We've got, I should just hand it to you, huh? A razor blade for the final step, and the vial of resin that's going to go on our phone. So we're going to get right into it and show you step by step how the repair goes and if it works or not. So here we are step by step. Let's get a close-up of this. You can see the damage that's been done. Yep, pretty extensive. So we're going to see how well this works. We're going to do a quick scrub down of the screen, make sure it's nice and clean before we begin our repair. Alright, so the instructions are in Chinese and we have in English. So those are your options. And clearly they were written by a foreign speaker of English because all kinds of typos in here. But it says to go slow and to move the resin at a 90-degree angle. Whoops. That's the kind of stuff you don't want on your hands. So I'm pushing down gently on here. The real trick here is to get it into the crack. And that can be quite difficult. So at the very least, we may only be putting a thin layer of resin on the top of the crack and preventing it from cracking further. Maybe it minimizes the degree of the crack to an extent. I'm not actually anticipating a whole lot of success with this, but we're going to do our best. We'll fold that all the way up. Even covers the camera a little bit. That's too bad. Difficult is just making sure that it's really getting into all of the spots that need it. This should do a lot of the work itself by working its way into any divots or grooves. This is an extreme example, so you know that if it works at all on this, then it's probably worth getting. I've got a bunch of these nice plastic covers, and what these are going to do is help to even out this liquid I've got on top and help us to move it into place within the crack and to make it set up nice and smooth on the surface of the phone. We're going to need a few of these. Okay, so I'm going to work these air bubbles out. Well, I can still see the crack pretty clearly here. So I'm a little concerned that this is going to go even less well than I thought. Now the resin requires sunlight to set up, so we're going to give this a little bit of sun, being careful not to damage the phone with too much heat, and we'll be back. And I guess we've reached the unveiling, so I've got my razor, and I'm going to start peeling back this film. This is kind of the messy part too. I mean, more so than just putting on the resin. By the way, you want to be careful with that resin. You don't want to get it on other surfaces. They do ruin other surfaces, and you definitely don't want it on your hands. So make sure you wash your hands well afterwards. Now I'm just going to lightly scrape the excess hardened resin off of the screen with the razor. It's about a 45-degree angle. It actually comes off pretty easily. It doesn't take a whole lot. And you don't have to be too careful with this. You're not really going to damage the screen. You don't have to worry about that too much. Clean off the screen a little bit with a microfiber rag, and here's the final results. Now this is actually very deceptive. You can still see the cracks very well in some of this picture, but generally right here it's really hard to see on camera, but this is not very well fixed at all. Even though it looks pretty good right now, it did help a bit, but it really did not fix the cracks very well at all. And you can even still feel some of the grooving. So I would give this maybe a 6 out of 10. It's fine for small, minor repairs. I highly recommend it for that. But for extensive repairs, you're not going to get a good result. So don't count on that. It's probably a good idea to have a product like this on hand, just maybe in a junk drawer, ready for a time when it is needed. But otherwise, I wouldn't invest too much into this or expect it to handle anything significant. And that's it for this video. Please leave a like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks. We'll see you next time.